We will start here with Lamar Jackson, clearly the front runner, the one with all the amazing moments, the highlight reel. Named ACC Player of the Year, setting an ACC record with 51 total touchdowns. He is the school's first Heisman finalist, and yeah, lots of big numbers for him. The highlight reel was loaded, Randy, whether he was hurdling Syracuse players in a blowout or knifing through the Florida State defense in one of their biggest wins of the year.
Yeah, his season, 30 passing, 21 rushing, I think. And when you look at him in that second half of the season, when the other guys started catching him, he'd almost lapped the field at that point. But even in the games his team was losing, he'd have 5 touchdowns total, or he'd have 6 touchdowns total. So even when as a quarterback and a Heisman person, you're expecting you got to have W's and numbers, he still had ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, the gaudy numbers all year long. He only had 4 games of the 12 where he didn't amass over 400 yards of total offense. And some of that has to go on his offensive line and other playmakers on that side of the ball. But to jump out of the gate in the manner in which he did, it was awe-inspiring. I mean, I sat back and I think we all felt like he would get better off the bowl game he had last year versus Texas A&M, 200 on the ground, 200 in the air. But to come out and post 600 yards of total offense in first couple of ball games, it was very impressive.
Hurdling oranges.
Yeah. You didn't like that very much, did you?
I appreciate it.
I don't want to say that was a coming out party because it was against Syracuse.
If they're going to get pounded, make it nice.
Yeah, right. And make it look pretty, right? And that's what he did, all right? Lots of cover Sports Illustrated moments. But his ability to run the football, right? Here's a guy that you look at him just the way he looks stature-wise. He's got a little bit of RG3 in him, but he's a lot thicker and a lot more durable, I think, than an RG3 who won the Heisman Trophy. Also, because you watch him when he's running, he'll be able to stiff arm somebody and run through them. Like he and his ability just to pull away from guys, and really you underestimate his speed because he's got like elite track speed, even though he's not like an elite track runner, but it shows up on the football field.
Start-stop ability, that's what really stands out.
It had been since Michael Vick.
Right.
And that coming out game against Florida State down in the Sugar Bowl, where you watched the game and you went, man, he was so sudden the way he separated from defenders.
And Michael Vick was tweeting about it. And everyone had to remind Michael Vick, no, you were better. And they were like, well, maybe he was. Well, maybe. It's hard to say.
Michael Vick was a freak.
Yeah, maybe a better passer.
And by the way, this kid's a true sophomore.
Right. And he's still got a lot of work to do on the passing side of things. But Louisville had some disappointing moments down the stretch. And against Houston, you could say, yeah, the O-line wasn't there and he was getting swallowed up. But against Kentucky, there was that one moment where tied at 38, that fumble with under 2 minutes to go, that was kind of giving the game away. But it just, unlike other years, it doesn't feel like it's going to cost them.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because usually you wait for this weekend and you make your Heisman moment. You have your Heisman play, your impact play that really shows everybody, listen, I deserve the award. He was careless throwing the football. He was reckless running with the football.
That was it.
And, you know, it kind of cost him the game. So for all season long, this guy is winning games for you, and he came against a team that wasn't going to allow him to run as much or throw as well as he has. But again, I don't think it's going to affect him at all.
Yeah, I would go back to sort of what you always hear from a coach. When you have a young player that's an impact guy early on, what's one of the first things they try to drill into that player's brain? You know, it's not all you. You don't have to win the game every single play. And that's what Lamar Jackson was getting into in those big spots. He was trying to win the game all by himself, and that's what was getting him in trouble. I'm not making excuses, but I mean, who's the number 2 impact player on the offensive side of the ball for the Cardinals?
Is it Bonifant? Is it the former quarterback, Ratliff? At the running back position. That's true. Yeah, you try to do it all yourself. You've been getting all the hype, and deservingly so. But especially that Kentucky ball game, I think you're absolutely correct, Adam. That one he tried too much, and you can't be that careless with the ball. That being said, I don't think it's going to hurt his chances of
which is
forcing
insane when you really think about it. When everybody else was playing great, he has his 2 worst games at the end of the season.